Hello, everyone. My name is Justine Shine. Here today, I'm talking about what to post and when to post for social media content. I am leader of Team Eclipse, soon to be a platinum organization, but right now my platinum organization is Team Sky. I am a double gold and Evo 200 consultant with Archer and Evolution Travel. All right, so thank you for those that are here live in the meeting today. We're going to go ahead and get started. So in the chat box, let me put it in there one more time. We have this document I'm going to share in just a moment. All right. Can everyone see my screen okay? Because I recently had an issue with my Zoom, so I want to make sure. And I see I have box.
Yes, ma'am. I sure can.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Alrighty, so let me share this link just one more time for those of you who might have missed it in the chat. All right, there it is. So we're just going to go through this step by step. So the first thing we want to talk about, actually, we're going to go to, let's see, we're going to talk about when and where. I forgot to add that in. When and where. The when portion is honestly not as complicated as you might think. A lot of times people will talk about in social media platforms, this time on this platform, then this time, then that time. But I found a really great article that I've posted here for you guys as well. And really, as you look in it, I'll show, let me pull it up real quick. They have a bunch of charts in here and it talks about peak engagement. And really, in general, what I found is that between a time of 9 a.m. to about 1 p.m., you can consider that to be in your own time zone, I believe. You can post during that time as the peak engagement for any really any social media platform. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, where else? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, right? Those kinds of platforms, and YouTube as well, right? And it's kind of interesting to me that time period because they also mention it's peak engagement on weekdays. So it's kind of funny to me, kind of a joke, right? If you're at work, that's kind of when you're at work. So people are on social media at work. It's kind of funny to me. But I'm guilty of that as well when I was a full-time teacher. So there's that. But let's go back to this Google Doc that we have here. So that's the article I have in here. It talks about that peak engagement for each specific social media platform. And it talks about the days of the week where people engage the most on those specific platforms as well. All right, so as you see here, it is so important, guys, that you have your business out there to the world on every platform that you feel most comfortable with. So don't just add a platform without having, practiced using it, gone to a couple trainings, and you really understand how to use it, right? Because you want it to be from the start. So let's say that you're only on Facebook right now. So I might just be starting out in the company. And so you're just starting slowly, right? Just putting it on Facebook. Introduce at least, let's start with maybe one other platform, right? If you are only on Facebook to start, I recommend adding Instagram into the mix of things for you because Facebook has the Meta Business Suite, right? And you can actually link your Instagram account to that and post to both platforms at the same time. Right, so you're doing the same work, it's just going to two places, so you might as well add Instagram into the mix. Okay, so these other platforms, consider implementing. You should definitely have Google added onto your mix because Google is going to be one way you get clients. Okay, and you can actually post updates onto your Google page similar to how you would on Facebook and Instagram. It does have a little bit of borders in terms of what you can do. There's a couple boxes with that. I do have a training on my YouTube, Vacations with Justine, that has a training for that, okay? How to manage your Google business listing and also post on it. So let's continue on with this. Let's get to the content part, right? The thing that we care about the most. So I have a few tips here at the top. There's a couple people not muted, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, there we go. So with these 3 tips that I said, let's go through those real quick. So when you post on social media, guys, really the rule of thumb is one big thing, hashtags, right? So how many of you might not be so familiar with hashtags? Go ahead and put it in the chat box. If you are not so familiar with them, just so I know where everyone's at. And I can talk about that. Terry says clueless. That's okay, guys, right? Some of you are not familiar, and that's okay. And you might be just a little bit familiar. So one thing that is really great about hashtags is it's kind of like keywords, right? So let me go on to Facebook real quick. I'm going to show you something. Let me go to my business page first, and I'll show you almost every single one of my posts has hashtags on there. If I have branch ups, sometimes, I'm guilty of forgetting to add those in, but in general, my other posts do have hashtags. So here's a mock booking I did. Okay. When you do hashtags, guys, I recommend doing about 5 to 8 on every post you do. And they have to be relevant to your post itself, right? So for this one, I always include my business name, and here's why. If I type in hashtag vacations with Justine, it's gonna pull up every single post I've ever made with that hashtag. So this just makes you more searchable on social media platforms, right? I share into Facebook groups, so even those pop up. If I type in my business name in general, I can also look at posts that my page has made and do it that way, okay? But in general, guys, every social media platform has what's called an algorithm, right? So hashtags is what helps you stay at the top of the algorithm and searchable within those social media platforms, which is why they're super important, okay? So A, make sure they're relevant to your post. B, put about 5 to 8 of them, including your business name as one, every single post that you make, okay? And then in addition, when you're posting on social media, I recommend putting your vacation quote request form as a link in your post, obviously where it's relevant, right? So if you're doing a mock booking post, put that link in there. If you're talking about a specific destination or a very travel related thing, you want to include that in there. Why? Because it's making it easily accessible to your future clients or your current clients, right? Easy for them to access, so that's more convenient for them, right? People are all about what is it called? Instant gratification, right? So having that at their disposal is going to increase your engagement and clientele base, right? So any questions about all the hashtag stuff or what I just mentioned? Oh, Angela says, I thought they weren't cool anymore. No, definitely still a thing. Okay, definitely. But any questions in regards to hashtags and those things? No questions? Okay, all right, thanks, Melissa. We'll keep going. All right, so lastly, I include here, well, 2 other things, really. If you're gonna be posting across multiple platforms, and it's not just Facebook and Instagram, right? Because you have the Meta Business Suite for that. Let's say that you throw into the mix TikTok, maybe you throw in Pinterest, LinkedIn, right? You can have a company page on LinkedIn, which I recommend. Use a platform that you can schedule your posts for, make your life easier, okay? 2 that I could think of right off the bat that I've included here are both Planable and or Zoho Social. Well, right? We don't need both. Planable is free. Up until a certain point, I believe you can post a certain number of times a month with that. Zoho Social is a paid platform. They do have a free trial, so you can test it out, see what you think. Both of which do the exact same thing. You can link all of your social media accounts onto these platforms, and you can post to all platforms at once. And on top of that, you're going to be able to schedule ahead of time. So let's say maybe on the weekends you have more time and you want to spend time marketing yourself and setting that up. You can use Planable or Zoho Social for that. Schedule your entire week of posts out. How cool is that, right? Absolutely amazing. When I found that out, oh my God, sigh of relief, right? How many of you are not using Planable or Zoho Social or another platform that schedules posts? Let's see. Oh yeah, Brittany, thank you. Yes, she said Canva Pro, you can have a planner also that connects your social media, right? So Canva Pro is also paid for. I think it's, what is it, Brittany, 12 or $15 a month? I think it's 15. Let's see. A lot of people are not using those things, right? So definitely look into it. We do have trainings for those platforms. Okay. So ask your mentor for those. Okay. Karen says she loves Canva Pro. Yes, I have it as well. It's amazing. Okay. And Brittany says, yes, it's about 12 to 15 a month. There's a lower rate for the yearly price. So if you can pay for it the whole year, you're going to save some money in that way. Okay. Someone asked if Zoho is free. They have a free trial. Okay. After that, I believe it is the same as Canva Pro. It's about 15 a month. Okay. I feel it's worth to pay for it, but that's just me. Again, take advantage of the free trials. Okay. Lastly, guys, video marketing is huge. Okay. So if you're going to put your business on another platform, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube have wonderful ways of putting videos out there. Instagram has Reels, all right? TikTok is strictly video marketing, right? And YouTube, of course, the same thing. Remember, on TikTok and YouTube, if you don't know, you can actually become monetized on those platforms once you reach a certain level of requirements with them. So that's kind of a fun fact. Take advantage of those platforms. All right, so let's get more into the content of posting on social media. All right, so I like to follow what's called the 4-to-1 ratio. All right, and I break this down for you quite well. So I spread it out over 2 to 3 days, the 4-to-1 ratio. Some people recommend doing it every day. Me personally, I don't have the time to do that, right? So I spread it out over typically 2 or 3 days. So the 4 represents non-travel related posts. So examples of that might be inspirational quotes related to travel, maybe some funny travel memes, engaging questions for your clients, something as simple as, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go, right? Again, inspirational quotes, maybe even posts about your own travel experience, right? So let me show you some examples of that on my page on Facebook. Let me go, actually, we can just do it this way. Awesome. All right. So, let's see, right here is a perfect example, right? So, my reaction when I book through a travel agent and get a room agreed upon arrival, right? This travel meme, guys, is actually from Vax Vacation Access. Vax has a really good selection of memes. They do update them on occasion. And I actually just cycle right through them. So however many they have, when I get to the end, I just set all of them up again for the next month. And I have what's called Travel Meme Tuesday, right? Go ahead and get that logged in. Okay, so in Vax, guys, it's going to be under what's called the compass, and you're going to go right to the travel inspo toolkit. And then in here is where they have all of the fun social media stuff. And they have a couple articles, which is really great. They have a supplier shareable section where you can save these images and then post them onto social media. They actually, now that I look at it, just updated these. These are really great. I need to use them. Awesome. All right. And then they give, how to share on different platforms. They have different hashtags that are trending in the travel industry. They even have destination spotlights, right? So I currently this week I'm doing a Punta Cana destination of the week, I guess I would call it. Right, so you can again download these and use them on social media. And then we have some inspirational travel memes. They do have a really great selection, in my opinion. Canva.com has amazing things very similar to this that are travel related. So when you go into Canva, I'm going to sidetrack just for a quick second. I was logged into all of these earlier, but it kicked me out, so bear with me. All right, let me check the chat real quick while that's loading. Yes, Karen, Planable and Zoho, they can schedule TikTok now. It's kind of a more recent thing that they did. But yes, it's on there now. Absolutely amazing. The only kicker to it is that you have to have video right, to be able to post to TikTok. So if you do a lot of video marketing to begin with, that's going to be potentially easier for you to have that incorporated. Let's see, what was I going to do? Oh, yes. So, all right, let's search some travel inspiration. I'm just going to simply search that and see what pops up. And what I've done myself is I went just spent a day, not a day, maybe an hour, sifting through this, and I made a folder for myself of the ones I like the most. That way I can cycle through those as well. So I have probably, I think, a 2-month cycle of them. It took some time to put together, but guys, once you put the work in, it's done, right? So you can go through here and you can customize them for yourself. Okay, so here's a free one actually, if those of you do not pay for Canva. So you can either download it the way it is, or you might want to open it, put your logo on there, right? And then you can post it that way. As Brittany mentioned before, Canva Pro has a scheduling portion of it to go onto multiple platforms. Brittany, so with Canva Pro, I forget, does it have what platforms are on there? You can unmute if you want. I forget what's on there.
Okay, so you can do Facebook, you can do your business page as well as your personal page, LinkedIn business page, personal page, Instagram business and personal page, Twitter. And you can also connect your domain. So if you have a domain, you're able to connect that also.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. Good. I forgot about Twitter, guys. Twitter is another place that you can post on social media, right? And Planable and Zoho Social do incorporate Twitter as well. All right. Thanks, Brittany. All righty. Where was I?
You're welcome. Oh, and I did forget TikTok. You are able to, sorry for interrupting, Justine. You are able to TikTok also.
Perfect. Yeah. I was wondering, I was like, wait a minute, if the other ones are, I wonder if this does. So thank you. All right. Awesome. So let me close out of some of these tabs real quick and we're going to keep going. So let's come back to Vax. So like I said, they have this inspirational meme section. But if you go down even further, they have the funny memes, right? And this is my favorite part. This one here, the all-inclusive buffet one, is my absolute favorite. It definitely is my personality. Right? So again, same concept. You can save these and upload where you wish. Okay, and they have some pretty funny ones and a good number of them too that you could cycle through. All right, and then down here they even have the Compass articles, so you can copy this link and the image posted to social media as well. And they just updated, it looks like, yeah, they updated these recently as well for the new year. So all fresh content for you guys. If you've been using Vax before in this section for content, they just uploaded new stuff. So go ahead and take advantage of it. All right. And then really, guys, any vendor, let me think of another one. Let's go to Carnival. Oh, that was not the right website. All right. So in Carnival, any vendor, go to their marketing tab and they more than likely have social media content you can download or just photos, videos, and things like that. I'll just show you as an example within Carnival Cruise Line. So here, see, they have a marketing tools section and all kinds of different things too, not just things you can put on social media, right? You can even get some general flyers, and I believe that you can customize these as well. So let me go to, oh yes, marketing collateral library. And here they have all those flyers as well. They even have, I love this, a travel agent toolkit, right? And they have social media posts for that, all these different ones. Okay, so take advantage of it. All right. Like I said, a bunch of other vendors, if not all of our vendors, have that. All right. Let's come back here. So we've talked about the 4 part of that. Let's go to the 2. So the 2 travel related posts. And really, if you have BranchUp connected to your platform, so they actually have Facebook and LinkedIn now. They also have a newsletter app. Let me go in and show you guys. Who here does not have BranchUp set up? Put it in the chat box, please. Does not have BranchUp set up. Okay, quite a few do not, guys. Reach out to your mentor and ask for that training to get that taken care of, because they're actually going to post to your social media Facebook page and your LinkedIn company page for free 2 to 3 times a day. That's amazing, right? A free tool specific to travel professionals. So let me go ahead and log in just for those who don't have it set up so you can see what they offer. Like I mentioned, they do have a newsletter app as well. So that's right here. Okay. Let me go to my calendar. It might say they don't have anything ready, but we'll see. Yeah, they're going to be working on one. So what you do, guys, is put up a contact list on a spreadsheet of their name, your client's name, their email, and I believe that's it. You upload it here, and they're automatically going to send out a newsletter once a month based on what's in that contacts list. So you can update that as you get more clients, right? Absolutely amazing. But let's go into the posts for Facebook and LinkedIn. And they're going to look the same. They might post different content on different days across 2 different platforms. But in general, this is the upcoming stuff that they have, right? So there's a few different types of things they'll post. One will be maybe a general thing about a destination, inspirational travel type things. But then they have here specific vendor, sometimes promotions, in this case, just talking about, we'll just say Royal Caribbean in this case, and they give you a landing page, guys. It's absolutely amazing. They have created this to the point where, you know, a client could not possibly go and book it themselves, right? They're going to only be directed from this landing page to contact you. So what I mean by that is if you scroll down and see things like find out more, look, it even has my phone number. Absolutely amazing, right? But if they click on find out more, it's actually just going to, you can't see it, but it's just going to prompt them to email you. So that's pretty awesome. All right. Okay, good. Now we're sharing again. So that is a little piece of BranchUp. Definitely get that taken care of. So it's posting to your Facebook for you and LinkedIn. So what I like to do is, now that I use Zoho Social regularly, let me find a BranchUp post real quick. Right here. So what I'll do is, whatever platforms this is not already on, right? I'm going to copy and paste all this info into either Planable, Zoho Social, Canva Pro, whatever you're using, and then get that posted onto my other social media platforms as well. Okay. So a really great tool. Let's come back here. So if you have BranchUp, the 2 travel related posts already taken care of. But if not, you can have other things like maybe a destination of the day, right? So I said this week I'm focusing on Punta Cana. So once a day this week, I'm putting out a fact about that destination. You could even maybe post just information about travel trends. So during the winter time, maybe post about what you can do if your flight is canceled, something like that. Okay. And then you can maybe post some travel deals that our vendors send to you in an email. And again, that would be pretty much the same as a travel promotion. Okay, so then lastly, actually, let me check the chat because I see a few things. Let's see. Oh, yes, thank you for that. Awesome, thank you, Brittany. She put a BranchUp training in the chat box, guys. So if you could click on that, you have it. There you go, okay? Awesome, all right, so then let's talk about the one, which is a hard sale or mock booking. So I recommend to people you're posting a mock booking at least 2 to 3 times a week, okay? And what exactly is a mock booking? Really all that is pretty much putting out there what you can offer your client with a price attached. It's a very vague explanation, but let me show you an example here. Okay, this is an example of an all-inclusive resort. That's what I specialize in, right? So if you have a specialty that you tend to book the most or market yourself in the most, you might want to consider making your mock bookings directed to that, right? That's something that I learned a couple months ago that really honestly changed the game of my business. I was kind of, you know, teetering back and forth between a bunch of different types of mock bookings, and I wasn't getting the clientele base I wanted. But as soon as I started focusing in on a niche of travel, I started getting more inquiries, right? Because now I'm known as, oh, Vacations with Justine has the all-inclusive resort deals. That's all I post. Sometimes I'll do a week of cruising because I do specialize in that as well. but I love all-inclusive resorts, and that's my favorite. So go ahead, guys, take a picture of this. You can use this if you want, but you don't know where it came from, right? So you want to put this together yourself within a vendor. I use Vax Vacation Access, FunJet within them all the time for my mock bookings. And once I build the itinerary, I save it. And then I go ahead and label it as mock booking, the date I'm posting it, and the destination it's for. Okay. So that's an example, just so you have a format for yourself. Okay. Any questions, guys, about mock bookings, maybe?
Yes, I have one. Do you have any training like 3 months ago, not too far out? Because I was watching one from the website, and it was telling me to look into my business page, create a post and go to the offer. It says offer, but right now I think Facebook don't offer that anymore.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So to create a mock booking, again, the first thing you want to think of is what you want to market, right? Think of maybe 1 or 2 areas that you really love the most with travel and that you love booking the most. That's super important, right? Because you don't want to be marketing something you don't feel comfortable booking. So that's why I chose all-inclusive resorts. And from there, I considered maybe 2 or 3 different vendors that I could create my mock bookings from. And I just think of a destination where all-inclusive resorts are, right? So the Caribbean islands are almost exclusively where those are. So I just pick one destination and maybe focus on that for the week, but provide different resorts within that destination. You don't want to think too hard about your mock bookings, guys. As long as you have a specialty travel niche, you can do a lot with that, okay? Don't make it too complicated for yourself. Let's see. Any other questions here? Can you show me where to go to create a mock booking? Guys, again, just go to a vendor that is within the travel niche that you fall within, okay? And just create a random trip, honestly. Maybe go 3 months out from now, or start to promote summer travel, right? So go to those months, put together a mock sale, right? Mock booking, mock sale, and then post that on your platforms, okay? Let's see. Can I have the link to the Google Doc? Oh, yes. I'll post it in there one more time. No problem. Oh, that's only about, make sure it goes to everyone. 1 second. All right, there we go. Everyone should have that now. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody's questions. Should you stick close to your niche with all of your marketing strategies? Angela, I think that's a very smart way to go. Because again, not only are you marketing your brand, your company name, but then you're also becoming like the travel agent for a specific niche in travel, right? So I do recommend that for sure. Okay, and again, make it something that you actually enjoy booking. Simone, no, they're not fake trips, guys. When you make your mock bookings, mock is in the sense of how do I want to say it? Mock meaning like an example, right? It's not a fake trip because you don't want to market something that's not real. Okay, so that's why we go to our vendors and build an itinerary in there, because then that makes it a real legitimate trip with a real price attached to it. Okay. Brittany, yes, promote upcoming holidays, spring breaks, and things like that. So that's a good segue. Actually, I see 2 other questions, but I'll come back to those. But Brittany brings up something good. So on the last page of this document, I have a ton of different ideas for social media content. These are things that I've done that popped up in my brain for you guys. So one thing, number 17, is what Brittany mentioned, right? You want to consider what future travel seasons are coming. So spring break, we just had Christmas and New Year's Eve and Thanksgiving, right? So that's done. So maybe start promoting spring break and summer travel along with Valentine's Day. Okay. That list is not extensive and complete. Those are just some ideas. Okay. All right. Let me see these other questions. Should a disclaimer be attached in case prices fluctuate? Absolutely. Right. So coming back to that mock booking right here, is what I have, right? Price is subject to change based on availability because it could change at any time, right? So you don't want people to think that this $1,400 per person price, that's it, that's done, that's all it is, right? Because that's not going to be true. Flight prices change, and maybe they're not leaving from what I quoted on here, right? So it's going to change. Let's see. Do you post on your personal or business? Oh, that's okay, Tracy. Okay, so Ashley asks, do you post on your personal or business? There's definitely some teetering back and forth with that. Some people in the company do prefer to post everything on their personal accounts. Me, I separate my business from my personal. It's really up to you. Okay. I exclusively put all of this content on my business version of my pages. And once in a while, I'll post maybe once a week, sometimes twice a week. I'll put something from my business pages onto my personal page just to help get some traction and remind people that might not be following my page that, hey, I'm a travel agent, right? Just to kind of, give them that thought in the back of their mind when they're planning travel for themselves. Okay, I think I covered everyone's questions, so I'm going to keep going. If I missed any, please put them in the chat again, okay? So coming back to this document. So we've talked about the 4-2-1. Again, guys, you don't have to do that every single day. If you do, all power to you, all right? But over the course of 2 to 3 days should be good, as long as you are posting to your pages at least 1 to 2 times a day. Okay, that's the most important thing. Why? Because it's going to keep those pages active, and that's really the most important thing. If you are familiar with the algorithm in general and what that is, you know what I mean, right? So for those that don't understand that, algorithm is just how you see things on a social media platform. So for example, on my Facebook, I see a lot of travel things because I'm a travel agent. I like a lot of pages that are travel related and things like that, right? So by keeping your page active, by posting 1 to 2 times or more per day, the people that follow your business page are going to be seeing that every single day, right? So it's branding in their brain, your brand, right? So that is super important. Okay. And then these last 2 points, guys, remember every vendor has a marketing section that you can download content from and put on social media. And then Disney, if you are a Disney person, all right, there is a Facebook page called Disney Travel Professionals, and you can share their content from there to either your personal or your business. So if you're going to do that, and you want it on your business page, just make sure you like the Disney Travel Professionals page from your business account and vice versa. All right, for your personal. Awesome. So there's that. You have all of this content idea. Now, what do we do with all of this, right? I have what's called a my marketing plan that I'm going to share with you guys as well. I just need to pull that up 1 second. All right, let me go ahead and share again. 1 second. All right, awesome. So this is the my marketing plan I was talking about. Let me share this in the chat with all of you. I can't see my chat. There it is. All right, good. Awesome. There is the link for that. So feel free to use this. You're going to have to make a copy. Okay, so I'll put that in the chat as well, or else you're not going to be able to edit. Okay, so once you make a copy, go ahead and fill this out for yourself, right? What I've done for myself and the agents I have on my team, they have their marketing plan figured out, ready to go. If you have gone through getting your travel agent certification, if you've registered with vendors, if you have attended new agent orientation, and you're asking what's next, this is something that can be part of that what's next, right? It's time to start marketing your business so you can gain clientele. And having a plan is huge, right? This is pretty much like setting a bunch of goals for yourself, and they're becoming actionable. So on Mondays, what are you going to post? When are you going to post it? And what platforms, right? So you're going to put all that together, even get nitty gritty to the point where you're saying exactly what you're posting. And so in this document as well, you're going to have that what to post, ideas for social media and things like that, all in one place. All right. And Courtney Palladino, she has done a training on 101 ways to market your business. So I posted that document that she has with her training in here as well. So it's easy, accessible for you in that sense. Right. In here as well, you're going to be able to create your in-person marketing plan, guys. This is just for social media in this training, so I'm not going to touch too much on it, but read through it. There's trainings in there for you to look at and things like that, okay? And create an actionable marketing plan in that sense. All right. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. All right, so now I'm going to open the floor for Q&A just in regards to social media marketing in general. Okay, so any questions you have, go ahead, unmute and ask, okay?
Hi, Justine. This is Rhonda. When you were saying that you put your things in like a folder, would you per se say a folder on Drive, or what's the best method of saving the memes and all that good stuff?
Yeah, that's a really good question, actually. And I think you could approach it two different ways. It depends on what device you use the most, right? So for me, since I want to be able to work from anywhere and not necessarily have to have my laptop, I do use Google Drive, and I save everything right in there so that, you know, on my phone, I can just be like, click, 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 Zoho social, post, done, right?
Okay,
So I recommend that.
awesome.
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Absolutely. And of course, you know, I have a backup to that. I have folders on my laptop itself as files for that, just in case something happens, because you never know, right? Yes, any other questions? Oh, we have some in the chat. Let's see. Oh, Crystal, yes, thank you for sharing that. That's great. Etsy travel agent pre-made posts helps with a cohesive Instagram. That's wonderful. That's a very good point, Crystal, because on Instagram, that's one thing I forgot to mention. Instagram, people, for some reason in their brain, really gravitate towards pages on Instagram that look unified and put together, right? So like lines of photos that look nice and organized are appealing to the eye. So that's really good. Thank you, Crystal. Vince asks, how well do hashtags work on Facebook? Well, Vince, I would say I've gained the most clients from Facebook, and I use hashtags all the time. So I would say it does well. Again, you want to make sure that they are relevant to what you're posting. Okay. Brian, are there any special requirements to make a Facebook business page? No, I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. When you go to create it, let me show you real quick. Get rid of my chat box. So when you're in Facebook on your personal account, if you go to pages and then create new page, it's going to give you a completely blank slate, right? So you're going to fill all that out based on your business name or whatever you want to name your page, right? I recommend putting the contact info in there, phone number and email. But if you're talking in terms of needing to have Archer and Evolution on there, like a business card, no, because this is marketing your business, right? You want to market your brand, your company name. Okay, so hopefully, who was it? Vince? Yeah, not Vince, Brian. Hopefully that answered your question, okay? Yes, Brittany says hashtags help to draw attention to your post and encourage interaction. Yes, that's another great way to say it. Thanks, Brittany. All right, awesome. And then we have Christy. She asks about how much time do you spend a week creating content? So since I've created my marketing plan, right, I'm saving a ton of time by having this already written out, right? I know exactly what I'm posting on a specific day and where it's going. What I do is actually use the weekends to plan out my entire week worth of posts. So Sunday, I'm already done. I know that I don't have to spend every single day putting posts out there. Now, of course, if I see something in my email on a Tuesday per se, and I already have scheduled posts, that's okay, guys. You can still post more. It's not going to hurt anything. Okay, so let's say Carnival gives me a promotion. I'm going to put something together real quick and post that everywhere that I want it on. Okay. Let's see. Angela, does any of this stuff work on Snapchat? So I personally don't use Snapchat. I know some agents do. It's been a long time since I've used Snapchat, actually. Does anyone here use it? For their business specifically? Anybody? Even a no is okay, just so I know that that nobody uses it. It's not a bad
I
idea.
post on Snapchat, but I make sure that my logo's in the video, hoping that people will
Oh,
go
yep.
over to my Instagram.
Perfect. Yes, that is absolutely something you want to do, because guys, people will steal your content, right? Put your brand on it, brand it, and then no one can take it, right? A lot of people haven't used it. That's something maybe to start considering, right? I myself just had that light bulb. Maybe I'm going to start using that and test it out and potentially do a training on that. Not a bad idea at all, especially if a lot of people are still using it. All right, let's see. So Angela, to answer your question, yeah, it certainly could work on Snapchat. You know, photos that you have downloaded from vendors and things like that, you could put that in a Snapchat. Let's see. Karen, do you post at certain times on certain platforms? So like I mentioned, that peak engagement time of 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. really is probably the best time if you're going to schedule posts or just post in general. Do it at that time, right? So all of my scheduled posts are Mondays through Fridays. And I post them around, if I do multiple, I do one at 9, one at 10, one at 11. Okay. Yes, thank you, Simone. 9 to 1 p.m. your time. Yes. Let's see. Any other questions, guys? I don't see any in the chat. You're more than welcome to unmute. Okay. Let me stop sharing. Awesome. Any other questions? Yes, no, maybe so. No? Okay. All right, no problem. So if you guys don't have any other questions, you're free to head out. Enjoy the rest of your day. And again, plan to attend who is it? Erica Gonzalez training later today, right? That 31-day social media content. It's going to be absolutely amazing and good for your time. All right, good use of time. You're very welcome, everyone. Yes, yes, yes. If you have any questions, guys, let me put my email in the chat. Any questions you have in regards to social media marketing and what was in this training, feel free to send me an email and I'll help you out, okay? All right, there's my email. Thank you so much, everyone.